performance. And if you benchmark the government's performance in economic terms against what they promised to do in their election manifestos, you promised to create 100,000 jobs in your first 2 years in office. We are 1 year into your term. We have more people out of work now than when your government came into office. We still have people emigrating. The retail sector is on the floor. You increase VAT by 2%. We don't have the jobs that you promised. So I don't believe the government are delivering on the economy.
Well, look, at 120,000 jobs were created in the year gone by. Unfortunately, we lost a similar number, and the live register.
So does that mean you've surpassed your promises then?
No,
you've exceeded your promises?
It means we have to do a lot more, of course, but the live register.
Or does the promise was meaningless?
We have more people
it means that we have to do a lot
than
more
when this government came into office.
You
That's
know,
the reality.
and if you look at the live register, of course, is way too high. There are way too many people unemployed, but it has come down every month for the past 4 to 5 months, and it's actually back to where it was in April 2010. So what David says there is incorrect. But Sinn Féin, really has to get real here. Sinn Féin in the north is a totally different party than it is in the south. In Northern Ireland, people pay over 1,000 sterling in their household charge. People pay 3,000 sterling to go to college. And they're closing 10 libraries. They're planning to close down every secondary school with more than 500 kids. Sinn Féin doesn't fool me, and I'm sure they don't fool most of the Irish people either.
Well, isn't it interesting that the Minister is using Tory cuts in the north to justify Tory-like cuts down here? We don't want to see those cuts in the north, but as the Minister knows, the block grant was cut. And what we are saying is that there is a different way. We have fiscal powers here. Your party wants to give them away.
Yeah,
we
but
don't.
For
we are
Tory
trying to get those fiscal
Troika.
powers.
I mean, the Troika have tied the government's hands here in the same way as the administration in the north is tied by the Tory government in the UK.
It's an entirely different.
It's utterly analogous, is it not?
It's an entirely different situation because this government has the ability to raise taxes. It has limited fiscal powers, and the government wants to give away some of those fiscal powers, but it's a different situation, and I don't believe it's tenable that this government can point to Tory cuts in the north as justification for putting those kind of cuts into place in this country.
Well, look, the Tories aren't in power in the north. Sinn Féin is in power in the north, and Martin McGuinness is the Deputy First Minister in that government and is voting for and presiding over very severe cutbacks in Northern Ireland. That is the reality of the situation. If Sinn Féin had a problem with austerity, why don't their ministers resign from the executive?